get excited about this. You don't want to eat native food when you're in Alaska. Like, that shit will give you botulism. So this stuff is good.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
So Bob showed up and signed us off, and we got out of there. And he gave me these directions, which to get out of here to get to this light, which were super sketchy there at the start. But it got us onto this light, so we get out of here now. So it ended up working good. How many people have driven through the rain on a sunshiny day? That's what we're doing. So this is Port Angeles, Washington. And this is a significant town. I don't even want to venture how many people live here, but it's a lot. Probably been in the outskirts for the last 20 miles, so we're getting down here to the end. We got to climb up this hill here and hopefully be out of town. But it's a pretty place. I should have filmed what was behind me in my mirror. You can see the ocean. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. So I just turned on the road going down up the push, and we're 11 miles out, and you can see all this has been logged. Like, oh my God, it's been clear cut. On the left side of the road, they just hit that spot there, and so right is also the, I think they call it the Olympic National Park. Smoked salmon. There's the ocean. Pretty good set of waves coming in. Welcome to a place that few people ever see. I have a feeling the locals like that. But this is the bush. It's come around this corner here. We take another 90 and we're right at their harbor. So the GPS is wrong. I found out last time I'm here. See this camper that's sticking out? Right there is, yeah, and the big blue sign. So it's food night. We'll see if they're here. I doubt they are. I hope this restaurant's open. I bet it's a good seafood restaurant.
Turn at the first right onto Main Street.
Well, let's go check this out. Lights are off and nobody's home. Saw a car up there, so it's kind of hopeful. But check out all those rocks out there in the distance. Pretty neat spot. Stuff. Crab pots. There's the ocean out there. Breakwater. I love the smell of the ocean. Got some pretty cool boats in here. I don't know what they primarily fish for. I think that those are long line, maybe? I don't know. Those booms come down. I remember Dad telling me when I was a kid. Perfect. I'll be there too. Thank you. So let me move here. I'm going to explain to you guys why we like small towns. So I pulled into this lot here by the dock because it's basically the only place to park in town. And the cook for the restaurant was out smoking cigarettes. Try to find a place to set this. Cook was out smoking cigarettes on the porch of the restaurant. He comes walking over and he's like, "Hey, are you unloading at the food bank?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Cool, my wife works there. I'll call her and get her down here if you want." And I was like, "Don't worry about it, man. It's late, you know." And he's like, "Okay." And I said, "How's your restaurant?" And he said, "Good." So I went over there and pretty good seafood. I don't even need to tell you guys the name because it's the only restaurant in La Push, Washington. But anyway, he just came out and banged on my sleeper door. He's like, "Hey man, do you like fry bread?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get you some." And he's like, I talked to my wife. She said she's gonna be there at 7:30, so you can get offloaded early. I was like, sweet. So anyway, Indian fry bread, and he threw in a bunch of butter. This stuff is good. Native American food that white people don't get to have very often. So pretty excited about that. But what a cool place, cool dude. So when you think like Indian fry bread, think of kind of like an elephant ear at the fair. That's what it's like. Usually the ones at the fair have cinnamon and sugar on them. Sometimes these do too, but the more traditional ones are just like this. And I mean just a little bit of butter. And they are awesome. They're insanely good. You get excited about this. You don't want to eat native food when you're in Alaska. Like, that shit'll give you botulism. But this stuff is good. Tsunami hazard zone. In case of an earthquake, go to high ground or inland. So, morning everybody. We just got done pre-tripping. We're going to run over here and get unloaded. It's the River's Edge restaurant. It's the name of that restaurant I was at last night. Just a unique place, cool little spot, cool little town. That harbor master was like, came out and recognized me right away. I said, "Hey, I met you last year." He's like, "Yeah." And he remembered our conversation and everything. It's pretty neat guy in a neat place. People on the sidewalk waving to me. We're just gonna go way wide on this one. It's not gonna bother anybody. Yep, they're there. The door is open. Good, I got 2 pallets.
Two. That's so awesome.
I think last time I was here, it was your first day.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, but you said you were down at the restaurant last night.
Yeah. Yeah, last time I was here, they were
They're closed.
closed, yeah. I saw the tribe there in Pendleton, Cayuse is lifting all they're getting done with COVID, I think, next
really?
week.
Yeah, we just went back to, we were down in phase 3. Now we're back into phase 4. We're probably going to phase 3 again.
Yeah.
Did you need the bolt cutters or did you have?
I just took it off,
Okay.
put it in my pocket. Go ahead. All right, well, we're unloaded. That took like 20 minutes. And it looks like we got about a 3.5-hour deadhead back to I-5,
Turn at the first right onto Alder Street.
where I booked a load already for, it doesn't leave until tomorrow though, so I guess all that stuff about getting offloaded early and trying to bend the rules a little bit was all for naught.
Turn at the first
But
right
it sure
onto
made
Alder
today
Street.
a lot easier. Because now all I got to do is deadhead. Don't have to, just deadhead down to Chehalis. We're going to load right there. It's a Fred Meyer load. I've done a bunch of times. But we'll head down to, like I said, Chehalis. And maybe take a shower and get ready for a good little run tomorrow. This one's going to go to Eastern Idaho. So, should be all right. All right, this is the end of this 110 spur road. This is where we came in yesterday. And we
Turn
came
at
in
the
from
first right onto
the left
HWY.
yesterday. So basically, when I showed you guys that map, we're gonna essentially do a lap around the peninsula here. So we're headed towards Forks and Aberdeen. And this road is quite a bit better. There's a couple pretty sketchy spots on it, but I know it's only my second time up here on the peninsula, so I'm far from an expert, but it seems to me like you just plan on going between 30 and 50 miles an hour the whole time. If you get to go a little bit faster, that's good. That's just bonus, but some of this is pretty narrow road, so you got to be careful. This is Forks, Washington, and something was filmed here. I don't know what it was, but I think some famous TV show basically took place here. A million cool points if you could tell me what it was. Sign says trucks make wide turns. You can see where somebody's trailer took out that building's rain gutter. there's the beach. Northern Washington. There's the turkey killer up there. Might as well go down to the water. We're right here. So last time I did this run, I kept thinking I was going to stop at a beach. And ended up not. A little clamshell. What those white rocks are. Sure is a pretty spot. You get to climb back up this bank. See all those cliffs in the distance out there. Grab some seashells for the kids. They're all broken, not very good ones, but clams. That was worth the stop. Welcome to Hoquiam. We're, I guess, officially out of the bush, you know, or the boonies. So this is, I've delivered in this town several times, and it's kind of right here on the ocean too. But we're gonna turn almost due east. And we're not that far. We're only 67 miles from Chehalis. That's where our pickup is in the morning. It's, I don't know what it is, about noon. So probably get a shower at the Loves and get the trailer all dried out and go from there. This is a drawbridge here going across one of the inlets. Big time logging country around here. There's just log trucks, logging infrastructure everywhere.
Old Park Street.
Yes, we already explained that deal about the logging up there on the Olympic Peninsula. You know, so it makes sense. It's the same thing here. Well, we're back on I-5. Made it out of the boonies. Boy, that's... The more I think about that trip, the more I think about what... And I remember thinking this after the last time I did it, I just kind of forgot. Like, that's a high-risk trip. You're up there with... You know, there's no truck stops. There's no nothing for support. Can't even really get fuel. I mean, you could if you were really going to buy it, but they're just regular gas stations. And pretty bad roads as far as narrow. You know, it's like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just high risk. But we're at the Loves in Chehalis. 844 total miles. It was 714 loaded miles. So that comes out to, all miles was I think it was 410, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to do the math again. And the loaded miles was 490. So like I said before, it's I mean, that's a good run. No matter how you slice it, it takes a while because you got to drive slow and be careful, and the roads are horrible up there. But got to see some neat places. So, and I mean, I'll take 410 all day. Usually I count my deadhead on the front of the load, because you're assuming you drop off and then you book another load and then you drive to that load. Well, I have zero. I'm less than a mile from where I'm going to load here. So, I mean, I could put that 100 and whatever miles on the front of this next load, and that's okay. But no matter how you slice it, I mean, 410 a mile, that's better than average. So, I pay the truck about $1.77 per mile, and that is all in. So, that's tires, that's oil changes, that's maintenance, and then I even added in, I own the truck and trailer. I paid cash for them, so I don't have to make payments. So that's a huge factor. But what I did is I added in what our payment should be, and that is for equipment replacement costs and heavy maintenance stuff. You know, like it doesn't matter if an engine costs $25,000 if you only have two. You know, and that's what puts people out of business. So if you're looking to get into the trucking business, you know, I mean, in a perfect world, you pay cash for your truck and your trailer and your first year of insurance, and you have, you know, 20 or 30,000 sitting standby in the bank. Well, I mean, almost nobody can do that. I couldn't do that, but I paid cash for the truck and trailer and my first year insurance, and you know, that freed me up a ton, especially with a learning curve, because I had zero experience in the trucking industry. I just started booking loads, and but you have to know your numbers, and if you can keep your operating expenses and your overhead as low as possible, you know, I mean, and I only make a payment on my house. I don't make car payments. I don't believe in any of that stuff. So my all-in expense, I averaged everything last year, with the house, the food, the car insurance, the house insurance, the business, so truck maintenance costs. I just averaged everything out by the month, and it cost me $10,000 just to live per month. So I know that, you know, we're going to be okay if we're making more than $10,000 a month. And that's kind of a different way to do it. You know, the business is one thing, and the business is $1.77 a mile. So I'm talking about two separate subjects there. But yeah, you make 10 grand a month. That's easy with the truck. But you got to, you know, the big thing for me is I've been way overpaying the truck. You know, the $1.77 a mile, that's one thing, but I didn't have a maintenance account built up big enough. So I just started stacking cash up, and we pulled our belts tight at the house, and we only take the minimums. We weren't going on vacation or buying shiny shit for our truck. You know, that'll come later. But it's engine, drivetrain, tires. It's all that stuff that you have to have, pay for that, and then stack every ounce of profit back into a maintenance account, because if you lose an engine or lose a transmission or whatever the case may be, you need to be able to pay for it. So, and that's what I mean when I say protecting your business. You're not protecting your business if you don't have that money standby, and you can't, you know, you might think that you're getting rich. Hell, you're not getting, you know, trucking, it's big. There's big zeros out there, but and there's money to be made, but people screw up by by thinking that they've made it, you know, before. And I don't care, like, especially, I don't know anything about emissions trucks. I don't know anything about that stuff because I bought a 99 and jumped in. So I don't know a lot of stuff. But I do know that those electronic engines have to be more expensive to work on than mine. And I figure I need 40,000 sitting in the bank. And of that 40,000, you know, I mean, an engine, say an engine's 20, it's a Series 60 Detroit for an in-frame. Well, what if we poke a hole in it? Then we need, you know, in the block, then we're going to need a brand new engine. So, and that costs a little bit more. Well, who's going to pay my bills for the month or so that I'm down? The business has to. So all that has to be built before you take off and, you know, start buying shiny crap and chrome and stuff like that. So anyway, that's my spiel. I'm going to end the video here. It was a good run up there. I liked it. But like I said, you got to go up there understanding what you're getting into. And I don't even know if the video did it justice going up and down some of those hills. Narrow roads, you know, your trailer's hanging into oncoming traffic and your brush guard's up against the guardrail. But it's just, you know, I figured, you know, 30, 40 mile an hour driving all the way around that thing, like 200 miles of it. And it's fine. It works. So, staying profitable. We'll leave tomorrow, start another video then. See you guys.